Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're a student from Bangladesh and you've been dreaming about studying abroad with a fully funded scholarship, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down one of the most incredible opportunities out there, the ICCR Scholarship. My goal here is super simple, to give you a clear step-by-step guide to landing this thing, all the way from application to arrival. All right, let's jump right in. First things first, let's talk about what really matters, financial freedom. Just imagine this number. 18,000 Indian rupees hitting your bank account every single month while you're working on your bachelor's degree. This isn't just about covering fees. This is your chance to really focus on your studies without having to worry about money. And honestly, that's just the start. So what makes the scholarship such a huge deal? Well, it's because it basically removes every single barrier you can think of when it comes to studying abroad. I mean, think about it. Your tuition fees are completely gone. Your hostel is paid for. There's zero application fee. And for most universities, you don't even need an IELTS or TOEFL score. And on top of all that, you get that great monthly stipend to live on. It's the whole package, really. Okay, so to make sure this whole process is as simple as possible, we've broken it down into 6 stages. We're going to start with the basics, then get into gathering your documents, and then tackle the strategic stuff, like picking universities and writing your essays. We'll also cover the tests, what happens while you're waiting, and of course, the exciting final steps. By the time we're done, you'll have a complete roadmap. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, India Scholarship Opportunity. This is all about understanding the basics and the benefits, really laying the foundation so you know what the ICCR Scholarship is all about and who it's for. So we mentioned the money, right? Well, check this out. It actually gets better as you go up in your studies. Bachelor students get that 18,000 rupees a month. Master students get 20,000. And if you're doing a PhD, you get 22,000. And remember, this is on top of your tuition and housing being totally free. It's designed to cover all your living expenses, so you can study comfortably. Okay, let's move into Section 2, where we get practical, preparing your application. This is all about gathering your essential documents. Honestly, a strong application starts with having all your paperwork in order, and getting this right from the very beginning is just absolutely crucial. So here's your master checklist. You're going to need your passport and a local ID, like your NID or birth certificate. Get all your academic papers together, certificates, mark sheets, the whole shebang. You'll also need 2 letters of recommendation, a physical fitness form that you download and get signed by a doctor, and a specific passport photo. White background, no glasses, and make sure the file is under 200 KB. Oh, and grab any certificates from extracurriculars to show you're more than just your grades. And here is a huge time saver, a tip that trips up so many people every single year. For that first online application, you do not need to get your documents attested. Just scan the originals. This makes the process so much easier, so please, don't waste your time or money on attestation at this stage. All right, on to Section 3. Now that your documents are all ready to go, it is time for strategy. This is where you make the big choices that can really affect your chances. Picking the right universities, and of course, writing an essay that makes you unforgettable. Okay, listen up, because this is a critical piece of advice that can save you from a very common mistake. If you're applying for a bachelor's in engineering, you might be tempted to select the famous IITs, but don't. They are not available for undergrads through this particular scholarship. Instead, you need to focus on the NITs, the National Institutes of Technology. They are your top-tier choice, and they are fully available for you to choose on the ICCR portal. Now, when you get to that 500-word essay, you have to think about it from their side. They're reading thousands of these. A boring list of your achievements is just not going to cut it. You have to tell them a story. What really drives you? What's a challenge you've overcome? When you connect your personal journey to your academic goals, that's what makes them sit up and remember you. You know, a lot of applicants get stressed out about AI detectors and plagiarism, so let's just clear this up. When they say plagiarism-free, what they really mean is authentic. They want to hear your voice. It is perfectly okay to use AI to brainstorm some ideas, but the final story, the words you write, that has to come from you. Your genuine perspective is what they're looking for. Let's move on to Section 4, passing the tests. So after you hit submit on your application, you'll probably have to face 2 little assessments, an English proficiency test, or EPT, and a short interview, which they call a Viva. Let's break down what you can expect and how you can get ready for them. So the EPT isn't designed to trick you or anything. It's just a simple check of your basic English grammar to make sure you'll be fine in class. The Viva is less of a test and more of a conversation, really. They just want to see that you're confident and genuinely motivated. And for you engineering applicants, yeah, you might have a test on physics, chemistry, and math to make sure your fundamentals are solid. The key for all of this is not to panic. Just stay calm, show them you're prepared and that you're excited. Now for Section 5, the part that probably requires the most patience: understanding the waiting game. After you've done everything you can, your application goes through a few different stages of review. Knowing how this works can really help ease the anxiety while you wait. This timeline gives you a pretty clear picture. By the end of May, the universities you chose have made their decisions. Then, during June and July, the High Commission looks at all the candidates the universities approved and makes the final call on who gets the scholarship. After that, offer letters start rolling out in July and August. It's a step-by-step thing, so just keep an eye on your email and the portal.
Now, this is a really, really important distinction to understand. Getting an acceptance from a university is a huge step, but it is not the final step. It's actually the Indian High Commission that reviews all the university-approved candidates and makes the ultimate decision on who gets the scholarship. They are the ones who generate that final official offer letter.
And finally, we have made it to Section 6, the most exciting part of all. You've got your offer letter. Now let's walk through those last few things you need to do to get you from a scholar in waiting to a student living in India. The second you get that confirmation, the very first thing you do is log into the portal and formally accept it. Then download all 3 of your official letters. Next, you're going to send out a few emails just to confirm you've accepted. 1 to the High Commission, 1 to your university, and 1 to the regional ICCR office. Use those letters to apply for your visa. And remember, you don't need a bank statement. After that, you're good to go. You can book your ticket and get ready to fly. And just to prove how accessible this whole thing is, get this. One previous scholar kept track of their entire cost from the very first application step to getting their visa, and it was only about 1,500 Bangladeshi taka. That's for little things like photos, travel for the medical form, and the visa fee. It's powerful proof that you do not need to pay an expensive agency. You can absolutely do this all by yourself. So there you have it, the complete journey, from start to finish. We've gone over the benefits, the documents, the strategy, the tests, and all the final steps. The entire path is laid out right in front of you. The only question left is, what unique story is your application going to tell? Good luck!